Are you having trouble shifting the gears up on your dirt bike because your boots are really stiff? Well, you might think that you need to raise the shift lever up by taking it off this shift shaft, or rotating it on the teeth here and raising the shift lever up so that this position is higher, making it easier to get your boot under it so that you can shift up. But this is a mistake because when you raise the shift lever up, it's very easy to accidentally downshift, because if my foot's right here and it accidentally slips forward, or if you're standing like this and your toes are above the shifter, then all it takes is a little bit of a push and you're down clicking. That's why I like to have the shifter parallel with the top of the foot peg. That way, if I slide it over it, I'm not going to push down on it easily. But you might be saying, well, Kelly, how am I going to shift up if my boots are so blasted stiff? They can hardly bend at all. Well, that's probably because you're trying to bend with your toes and your ankle. And if you're trying to do that, yeah, it is going to be stiff, especially if your boots are new. If you haven't broken in your boots yet, you can walk around in them, break them in. But what I like to do is point your toes down, slide your foot under the shifter, and then you can pull your whole leg or your whole foot up. So you can see that when I'm pulling up, my heel is coming off of the foot peg if needed. Now these are a little bit more broken in, so I can kind of shift it without pulling it off, but basically my heel is pushing down and my toes are coming up. My leg is coming backwards or up. And this works the same way when I'm standing, because if I get my toe, trying to balance here, because if I get my toe pointed down, I'll put it under the shifter and then I can pull up with my whole leg. You can see in the video that my heel is coming off of the foot peg, and this makes it so much easier and not awkward to shift. And if you want to learn when to shift and how to shift like a pro, doing it faster, upshifting, downshifting, then you should check out this video right here. No, maybe it's over here. Because that's one of the first things you need to learn how to do when riding a dirt bike. And if you're not shifting fast enough, or you're in the wrong gear, you're either going to be stalling or you're going to lose momentum and speed, and you're going to be too focused on what you're doing to shift rather than focusing on the trail or where you're going.